bunch of random people follow you on TikTok, should you remove the ones that are not your true following? Today, we got a question from a viewer who had been on a live stream and kind of went mini viral, had a lot of people following, a lot of gifts given, a lot of people from other locations that weren't necessarily her ideal clients or her ideal followers. These were people who showed up because she was pretty and because they wanted to be in her space. And she asked, should I go through and remove them, especially because there are limitations on how many people you can remove per day? The answer requires a little bit of work. So when you get a bunch of followers on your TikTok account or any social platform that are not your ideal following, it can mess with your algorithm. So in this particular case, or in most cases, you're getting people from locations you don't want that are coming in because you're prettier, because you're doing things that they just want to be a part of, and they're not your clients, your students, your followers, people who are going to interact with you. It's a good idea to remove them because it can hurt your algorithm standing. If you have people who are just not actually engaging with your content, that's going to hurt your algorithm standing. So if you have followers who are not watching, who are not commenting, liking, sharing, that's going to be a problem. If they are not engaging, that says to the algorithm when they serve that content to those people and they're not watching it, they scroll by or they're being weird about it, that says, okay, this is not great content. We're not going to show it to more people. Remember, when people are following you, it's because they want to see your content. So the algorithm, when you first put out content, is going to serve it to a small group of people and say, how are you engaging with this? Do you like it? If you like it, we'll show it to other people. And if you guys don't like it, we'll probably kill it on arrival. That's going to be a little bit of a problem for you. So now if you have a bunch of people who flooded in because of a live stream, because of a piece of content going viral or something, if they're not then engaging with the rest of your content, that's going to tank your rating. It's going to tell the algorithm you didn't create something valuable. They're not going to show it to more people. It can actually destroy your entire account and your algorithm standing. If you're bringing in people who are then engaging in weird ways and they are then following other things, that's not going to be helpful. So let's say you have somebody come in that really doesn't want your type of content that you are creating or whatever it is that you're doing, and they're off in another version of TikTok. So for this very specific example, I'll say she is an author. She wants people who want to read her books. If she has a bunch of random people who then don't like books but are following other things, that's going to skew her algorithm as well because they're going to try to serve her content to the wrong audience based on the new people who came in. So if new people have come in that have nothing to do with the book community or whatever niche you happen to be in, they're going to try to serve it to people who are similar to them. And when it tanks with them, it's going to hurt your algorithm ranking again. So there's a lot of ways that this can be detrimental to your account. Now, if people are showing up and they're liking and they're engaging and they're commenting and they're sharing and they're doing things, maybe you want to leave them there because it does boost it up, but it is again going to serve it to some of the wrong people. So for a while, you're going to have a really wonky algorithm. So it entirely depends on what you want to do. If you are uncomfortable with somebody being there, by all means, immediately block. You do not need those things. Have them unfollowed, block them, whatever you need to do if they make you uncomfortable in any way. If they're not your ideal following and you know it's going to mess with your algorithm and you don't want that, take the time to remove it. I know it's a lot of work and effort, but it is better to protect your algorithm and your algorithm standing than to waste a couple of minutes. You want to make sure that you are taking the time and effort to protect the content you're creating in the platform you're building because you cannot backstep from there. So if you do get a flood of people coming in and you are uncertain or unsure about them, you're uncomfortable by them, or you're worried it's going to hurt your algorithm standing, take the time and go ahead and unfollow those people or get those people to unfollow you, block them, whatever you need to do. Yes, there are limits. Sometimes you can only do a certain number per day. And that's okay. You can go through and block those people. You can remove them. You can do whatever you need to do. The other thing is when things come flooding in. So in her specific example, she was on a live stream and a ton of people came to follow her. That could potentially register to the algorithm like you've purchased bots, which could then also detrimentally hurt your account. So if you're getting a flood of people and they're not your people, that could be an issue. They are going to take into consideration it came from a viral piece of content. They are going to take into consideration that it came from a live stream that you did that kind of went mini viral. They're going to take those things into consideration. But if they just kind of come in and then don't do anything with your content, now you have an issue. So it's incredibly important to make sure you're taking care of and prioritizing the platform that you are building first and foremost. Yes, it takes a little bit of work to protect it, but in the end, it's going to be worth it. So if you've got questions on this, go ahead and drop those down below. If you're getting a flood of people that are not your people, by all means, remove them. You do not need them in your space. You do not need them taking up your time. You do not need them messing with your algorithm. Go ahead and take the time to remove them. If you feel like they're going to engage, they're going to like, they're going to share, they're going to comment, feel free to leave them. You can even test it out for a couple of days, but when in doubt, remove them. It's just the better practice of what you're doing. Yes, it takes some time and effort, and there are some limitations to it, but it's going to work to your benefit far greater than if you just let them be. But you have to be wise about this. Questions, drop it down below, and stay tuned because every single day we are dropping brand new tutorials to help you navigate the world of TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Lemon8, live streaming, and the tools and resources you need to save time and effort creating your social content so that you can live your best life while still running your business effectively and profitably inside of the social media space. We'll see you in the upcoming episodes.